Gentlemen, ladies, boys and girls, cats wearing birthday hats, welcome back to another episode of the Lootpedia for Borderlands 3. In this episode, we're taking on the Proving Grounds, which are some in-game content that you can use to basically test your build, see how fast you can run through certain areas, facing different types of enemies, and you can get some amazing loot from the Proving Grounds, some really good class mods, and you can also get artifacts frequently from there as well. With that, let's get started. Okay, so to unlock the Proving Grounds, there are various Proving Grounds on various maps. So the first one for Pandora is on Devil's Razor. Starting from the Rowan's Rest fast travel station, you're going to take a car and you're going to drive over to this cave right here, and you're going to park your car and you're going to go up back here to this spot right here. After you beat the game, there should be an exclamation point on your map right here indicating that there's a mission that you can pick up. Go there, pick that up, and that is one of the first Proving Grounds maps. The next one is on the Splinterlands. For this one, you can start from either of the fast travel stations. It's about the same distance either way. So I'll say to start from the chop shop, grab a vehicle, and you're going to drive all the way to this little cave right here. And right here inside this cave, there'll be another exclamation point for another Proving Grounds challenge. Next up, Promethea. On Promethea, you've got in the Meridian outskirts, right at the very first drop pod station, the very first fast travel station. From there, you just run down the hill, duck around into this little cave right here, and there will be a exclamation point for another Proving Grounds map right there. Moving on now to Eden 6. The first one's going to be in Floodmore Basin. If you start from the Hammerlock hut up here, you just run out the door, drop over the edge onto this level here, then drop down here and go up this hill, and there will be one right up here. And then the next one is at Jacob's Estate. From the starting fast travel station here, you're just going to run over this way, mantle up this wall, go over into this area where you would fight Heckle and Hyde, and you can mantle up this cliff right here, and there'll be another one right here on your map. Finally, the last one is in Necrotafeo, and that is on Desolation's Edge. So if you travel to this fast travel station right here and you grab a vehicle, you're just going to drive across to this area, and then back here is going to be the final Proving Grounds map. After you pick up all those missions, you need to come back to Sanctuary, go to the bridge, and then from the bridge, just for your first time only on your first time, you have to navigate the ship to each of those Proving Grounds. Now, after you've done each Proving Grounds once, you will no longer need to come to the bridge. You'll be able to just go into your menu and literally go down to whichever Proving Grounds you want. As you can see, I've got all 6 of them unlocked here, but normally you'll have the mission that says navigate to whichever Proving Grounds. So then you would just come here and you would navigate to each one of them individually. So with that, let's go ahead and start things off with Ghost Light Beacon. I should give him the Hellwalker for that, but whatever. It's nice and fast. All right, first run, what did we get? We got the Punishing Dragon. This one's got action, skill damage, grenade damage. Not too horrible. It's not really a great Amara class mod, but there you have it. All right, so the drop percentage for both of these is 50% when you're on Mayhem 4 and above. If you want to farm just the dragon, you can get a 100% drop chance on that if you play on Mayhem 3 or lower. Then the rack pack drops out of the pool, so it gives it a 100% chance to drop. Same thing works with a lot of the other drops in the various Proving Grounds maps, and we'll cover those as we get to them. But we got the dragon on the first run. All right, so let's run the Tink of Cunning again, see if we can get that flak class mod. The good thing about these Proving Grounds is that you have a 50% chance of getting pretty much everything if you're playing on higher Mayhems. And then on the Proving Grounds where, you know, you have a Mayhem drop and a non-Mayhem drop, you can switch your game to Mayhem 0 and just farm it quick because Mayhem levels don't matter for class mods. All right, there we go. We got the Tallying Tactical Rack Pack. That's a bit of a mouthful there. CV weapon damage, Jacob's weapon crit damage. That's actually not a bad one. I'm going to take that and stash it. And he also dropped us a world drop Cold Warrior. And again, always make sure you check your chest after completing this thing. If you run it fast enough, you get some good loot in here. All right, on to the next one. We're going to go ahead and do Gradient of Dawn. All right, this map right here is all about the fire damage. I'm just going to give him a fire Sandhawk and just let him go to town. Everything's on fire. These guys are on fire. You're on fire. Everyone's on fire. Watch him become fire resistant. Nope, we're good. All right, what we get on the first run? Got the Bloodletter. Ooh, action skill damage, not bad. Now for the Skaga survival and the Gradient of Dawn and these the Proving Ground survival map, 50% chance for both of these drops. Neither of them are affected by Mayhem level, so you can't set your game on Mayhem 0 or Mayhem 1 to get a higher chance of either of them. But you can get both of them at a 50% drop chance on Mayhem 0. So you do not have to be on Mayhem 11. It doesn't affect the drop percentage. It also doesn't affect the quality of either of these drops. So if you want to farm them fast, Mayhem 0 or Mayhem 1, however you want to do it, doesn't matter. That said, when you pop that chest at the end, if you maybe get a good legendary weapon out of there, or maybe even a good legendary grenade, if you're on Mayhem 1, you're gonna get a Mayhem 1 version of it, so keep that in mind. And on run number 1, we got the Bloodletter class mod, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark that one off. And run number 2. Yeah, how about it? How about it? Yeah, we got the breaker. All right, hey, shotgun damage, weapon mag size, not bad. All right, moving on now to the Precipice Anchor, the Trial of Discipline. And over here, we're gonna fight the Arbalist of Discipline, who has a 50% chance to drop the friend bot unless you're on Mayhem 1, 2, or 3 or lower, in which case it becomes a 100% chance to drop the friend bot. But if you're on Mayhem 4 or above, then you have a 50% chance to also get the Antifreeze class mod, which is a Zane class mod, which is a really good Zane class mod, as a matter of fact. God, I love this trial. Dude, this is arguably the best trial. I really like the last one we did as well, the Trial of Survival. Both this one and that one are extremely speedy runs. If you're wanting to farm class mods, it's hard to argue against the Trial of Survival as being like the one that's like super lightning fast, you know what I mean? At least that's been my experience. Okay, on the first run of this guy, we got the Antifreeze. Nice. So that means on our next run, we can actually set this down to Mayhem 1 and get a guaranteed flak class mod. Not good rolls on this one, unfortunately, so I'm going to leave that one there, but it is a good class mod. All right, and there's our 100% drop chance on the friend bot by switching the game to Mayhem 1, just like I said. And again, Mayhem levels do not affect class mods or artifacts, so keep that in mind. Moving on now to the Hall Obsidian, and we're going to take on the Sarah of Supremacy. We can get 2 different Amara class mods here, the Nimbus and the Elementalist. Neither one are really worth the farm in my opinion, but maybe you can find like some sort of niche build to make use of these. I really don't know. Both of these have a 50% drop chance regardless of what Mayhem level you're on. You can farm these on Mayhem 1 as I'm on right now, or you can farm them on Mayhem 11. It doesn't really matter. You're going to go through this much faster on Mayhem 1, and that's what we're going to do here. Just because I really don't care about getting either of these. Run number 1, we got the Nimbus. All right, so another thing that I've failed to mention to this point was that you have a 100% chance to get one of the 2 drops. 50% chance on each of them. You are going to get one of the 2 drops every single time, guaranteed. No matter if it's one of the things that has a Mayhem lock on it, like the Mayhem 4, like the Antifreeze from the previous thing, you're going to have a chance to get that every single run. It's basically a 100% chance to get one of the 2. Okay, run number 2, and we got the Elementalist. Sweet. So we are finished with that farm, fast and easy. 2 runs, got both drops. All right, now we're on to the Trial of Fervor, which is my least favorite one. Again, we don't need to be on Mayhem levels to get any of the loot for the end of this thing. So I'm just gonna run this thing on Mayhem 1 to speed it up, because this one is not fun. This one takes forever, it seems like. All right, first run, Phasezerker, nice. Incendiary resistance, damage reduction, radiation resistance, not good rolls, unfortunately, on that. There we go. Run number 2, we got the Shockerator. Pretty fast. All right, so here we are in the Trial of Instinct. And once again, we're doing this one on Mayhem 1 just to speed through it, because Mayhem levels do not affect either of these drops. So doing it this way, we can definitely zip through fast and get our loot. And for this one, both of the drops are flak class mods, and you can get a bunch of these thieving jabbers in this area too. All right, run number 1, and what do we got? We got the Red Fang. So really good. This class mod right here, the Red Fang, is one of the best flat class mods you can take with you when you do the Guardian Takedown for the Crystals phase. Basically, you equip this thing, you set your action skill onto Gamma Burst, and send out your pet, and your pet will distract every single enemy, keep them off the crystals, and you can literally just stand on the crystals and charge them up as flak. So good. It's so good. I guess I was ready. All right, run number 2. What do we get? Hey, we got the Cosmic Stalker. Nice. Back-to-back runs. All weapon critical damage. Yeah, it's not good rolls on that one. Shotgun damage isn't horrible, but not one that I would use. All right, well, since we got through those pretty quick, let's go ahead and jump into the slaughter maps and start getting the drops from those. And we'll start off with the Slaughterstar 3000. Now, to get the Slaughterstar 3000 mission, you do need to first go to Necrotafeo and in Desolation's Edge. So on Desolation's Edge, you need to come to this point of the map right here, and you will find a mission there for the Slaughterstar. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the Slaughterstar. As you can see, you have a 100% chance to get a drop from both Red Rain and Blue Fire. It's going to be either the Rowan's Call or launch pad for Red Rain, or the Lucian's Call or the Rocket Boots for Blue Fire. So you're going to get one of the two things from each of the guys. Not really a great way to farm any of these things. Even if you like try to repeat the 5th round, they won't respawn their platforms, so it kind of breaks and then you have to restart all the way from the beginning. So I actually don't recommend farming any of these things from either of these guys. If there was a way that you could repeat the 5th round like you can with the Slaughter Shaft, by all means, I would be all about doing the farming here, but you just can't, unfortunately. Do I have to empty out the lost loot machine before you do the bosses? I used to think so, but no, actually it's going to give you whatever the most recent drops are. Say for example, you have like 10 drops in this area and you want to make sure that it gets the launch pad and the Rowan and the Lucian's Call, for example, then make sure you pick up as many of the random drops off the ground as you can so that those will be more likely to be the ones that go to your lost loot. Does that make sense? I hope that made some sort of sense. All right, run number 1. Hey, he actually dropped his loot all the way to the thing. We got the Lucian's Call. The Lucian's Call you can get by turning in Lootograms. We showed that earlier on in the Lootpedia. So if you missed that, it's probably in episode 3 or 4 if I had to guess. I do have to guess because I don't remember. Now both of these guys have multiple crit spots on their legs and arms and such. That went right down the hole, and I'm pretty sure that's a launch pad. Now there's a couple things you can do. If it lands like that one did, if you go into photo mode, you might actually be able to grab this just by going down here. Sometimes you can get lucky, or you can just go back to your lost loot machine in Sanctuary. That's definitely a launch pad. Make sure if you have any legendaries laying on the ground, you pick those up just to make sure that they don't take a spot from your drops in the lost loot machine. Now once you complete round 5, there is also a red chest that you can open up. I've very rarely gotten anything good out of this thing. Case in point. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Once you kill the 2 bosses, you can actually just go ahead and bail out of here unless you need the money for completing the mission. It's got area of effect damage on it too. Wow. That's my first, hey, listen, that's my first cut burst launch pad since I hit level 72, okay? So cut me some slack. Definitely taking that.
2 hours later.
For those of you guys watching on YouTube, if you missed it, the bosses didn't respawn for me because I didn't fully save and quit out my entire game. This Slaughterstar is a pain in my ass. This is not the first time this has happened to me. I've also had it so that they wouldn't respawn because they got stuck under their platforms. I'm going to go ahead and save you guys the stress and the agony and the frustration of doing this slaughter map and say don't even bother, because every single thing that you can get from these guys you can get as world drops elsewhere. Unless you're a completionist, then do it once and call it a day. All right, up next we're going to go to the Cistern of Slaughter. Now to access the Cistern of Slaughter, you first need to go to Promethea in Meridian Metroplex, and you're going to grab a vehicle here at this vehicle spawn station. You're going to drive forward, and then you're going to take this curve and you're going to go down here, and in this underground area right over here, the Cistern of Slaughter. So you just go through that door and that'll take you in there the first time. After you've gone there once manually like that, you can actually just fast travel to it by going to your Promethea map options and choose Cistern of Slaughter and just travel straight to it. So just like the other slaughter map, this boss from this one has 2 drops, 50% chance for either one of them. It's 100% chance that it's going to drop one of these 2 every single time. There he is, Tremendous Rex. This is the final boss of this map. As you can see, he has a 100% chance to drop one of 2 items. This time I got the Cold Warrior. He can also drop the Lyuda. I'm not going to run through this again to show you the Lyuda. I guarantee you he definitely drops it. Unlike with the Slaughterstar, You can repeat this round just by fast traveling back up top. You will forego your red chest though, and also the money you get for completing this round, but you can repeat this final round to get the other drop from him if you want to do that. All right, guys, that's where we're going to go and wrap up today's episode. When we come back tomorrow, we still got to do the Slaughter Shaft, we got to do the Malawan takedown, and we got to do the Guardian takedown. That is everything that we have left on this playthrough. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you are, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, tap the bell icon for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all have a great day.